Hey, what's going on, guys? So fucked. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Arid Redux. Wait, actually no. Today I am Mr. Redstone, IJR Gaming, Arid Redux, Arid MC, iRed, and about, let's see, maybe 5 other names I have neglected, and about 5 other names I have neglected to mention. As this is actually my 10th go at YouTube, almost. I used to have a channel called iRedMC, and before that I had a big enough channel in 2013 and 2014 called Mr. Redstone. That's how it was pronounced. It was actually spelled Mr. R Redstone, all together, all one word, no spaces, all uppercase, or lowercase in the, and I would just, in those days, in 2013, I was 10, I really wanted to make YouTube videos, so what did I do? I pointed my 240p SD camera, not SD card, like standard definition SD, at a screen. It was actually an Olympus 120 or something camera. It had a bar. It slid down to reveal the flash and the camera optics. Really weird little camera, and I didn't like it very much, but it's what I had. I had a 2 gig memory card, and I would record at the lowest possible quality, so I could bring wonderful, horrible content to you guys. It's so bad. I'll put a little clip of one if I could find one, because my NAS is currently down, so hopefully I can find one.
So we're here then, with a... Whoa, he's riding a spider? Oh no, I should have dropped this. Well, we're back now, so I want to show you how to build... Actually, I'm not yet. So, kill creeper. Oh no. Hey, you're stupid. You're actually going to roll. So I'm going to be up and how to kill creepers. Look, rarely they take 2, unless they did. Mostly they take 3.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But from that, I was able to gain a little bit of a following, not too much. In fact, I don't even remember how many views each video got, maybe like 10 at the end of it, but... So that's basically how I started. I had about like 45 subscribers by the time that channel was deleted. And it was deleted because my friend Truman decided he wasn't hosted on his Google account as a brand account, as I was not even allowed to have a YouTube account at age 10. A few of my friends were featured in some of these videos. Let's see. I'm not going to say their names. I don't want to have to take this video down later on. So, we're not going to say their names, because I haven't asked them yet. They were some of my best friends. In fact, I think they were my only friends. I was a weird kid. I was the one that got mad at everything. I was the one that weirded everyone out, that made everyone run away. Yeah, I was that type of kid at 10. As I was bouncing off the walls, I was making these videos, and after that account got deleted, I was kind of in the dumps. I wasn't doing YouTube anymore. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was just having a really hard time in middle school. Broke my foot 3 times. But I started up a new YouTube channel, which was called Jaden Lemieux, which is just my name. Everyone knows it. No bad things in saying it now, so yes, I made this new YouTube channel, and by default it was just my real name. So I left it that way for 4 years. Maybe 5. I don't know. It was created in 2015, but, and what I did on this new YouTube channel was nothing for about a year, until like mid-2016, when I uploaded an alpha Let's Play video. It was horrible, and it was not... Let's be honest, it was actually worse than the older ones, the 240p ones, because, wait for it, this video was in 140p. Think about that. And the only reason why it was in such a horrible quality and resolution for YouTube was because the machine I recorded it on, I believe was a MacBook Pro from 2007, and it couldn't deal with much else. And Minecraft Alpha would lag horrendously, under any other workload, or any higher workload, I should say. Anyway, this channel does not exist anymore. It was deleted. It was actually terminated by YouTube themselves for sexual content and nudity. Yeah, could you believe it? And we'll get into that later on, because that is a fantastic point. After that point, I decided it would be a good idea for me to upload my old videos from the old channel at the time, which was Mr. Redstone. And if you don't know why I am called Mr. Redstone, or iRed now, is because in my old Xbox 360 edition worlds, I would build, well, a crap ton of random redstone crap. And I would do that forever. That's all I did. And then I built like all these weird ass little houses that you could barely even walk through. In fact, that's pretty much all you could do with them, is walk through them. You couldn't live in them. They're not livable. They're like, the maximum space in each room was like 4 blocks total. So yeah, it was just a bunch of doors, and I would get pissed off when one closed in my face. It was fun. But in that world, I would just fly around and kill stuff in creative and build stuff. But the next thing I did on my new channel at the time, Jaden the Mew, was I uploaded again all my old content at the time, and then I started doing some live streams, some test live streams. I don't think I did any of them before I joined a server, a Minecraft server, a Minecraft modded server called Tech It Classic. Now that server was awesome. It was basically the first Minecraft server I ever felt safe on and actually happy on. I hadn't really dealt with Minecraft multiplayer before that, so it's pretty safe to assume that. But Tech It Classic is a mod pack on the Technic Launcher, and before this, when I was like 12, I stole a MacBook Air, or tried to steal a MacBook Air from my classroom, and because Tech It Classic, or Tech It actually at the time, this is before it updated, Tech It would only run on those MacBook Airs that I knew of. At my iMac at home, it would just be a white screen when I started it up. So I was like, okay, I really want to play this. So I stole a MacBook Air. Bad, do not do that. So yeah, some of my earliest videos were actually on some of my earliest videos on that new YouTube channel were Tech It Classic Let's Play videos on my single player world, which later I turned into a server, which got me into server hosting and all this other nonsense. Not going to talk about that in this video because that's boring to most people. So after that, I joined the server techitclassic.com. It's no longer up, hasn't been up for many years, and I met a lot of cool people. Some notable ones are Stinky Pete, who actually went by the name of SwagIsMyLife627. He had a troll face skin, he's a really funny guy. SNK115, who you may have seen referenced in one of my videos once on this channel. That's just because that's an old video. I don't know why I re-uploaded that, it was kind of pointless. But yeah, so those are some notable names. More of them are Crossover Lucky, or just Lucky, or I Lucky. He had a duck skin. He still has this duck skin, and he's a father now, and he has been for maybe 2 years, 3 years. He was the co-owner of this server. Another notable player was Jadik, or John. I know many Johns. And this John actually owned the server. He was the owner. And I sold my digital waterproof camera at the time, which was actually worth around $300. And I bought for 130 bucks custom rank, which was above Ticket God. Basically the highest rank on the server was custom, and I bought that, which means I got creative mode. I got John's Skype. Even though that didn't really happen, I got a Skype anyway, because at one point, wait for it, I became staff on the server. The worst decision they ever made was making me staff on that server. Because 1, I was not ready, 2, I was a pain in the ass, and 3, I had no experience. But that was in fact my first staffing experience on Minecraft or online play or anything like that. I sucked. I sucked so bad they didn't bother taking my rank away for 3 weeks, which was 2 weeks past what they were supposed to give me. In my defense, there was this other notable player. I can't remember his name. It was a dumb name for sure, but yeah. There was this player that would just annoy the hell out of me and would chase me around and talk smack and all this other bullcrap, and he would just generally piss me off. Which, now that I look back on it, is pretty funny, and I probably would have done the same thing. In fact, sometimes I do. But yeah, he was a big freaking troll, and I didn't like him very much. But he also had, he actually had Ticket God, which was the second highest rank on the server. So make of that what you will. He could build in creative mode. At one point, he decided to build, around my claimed base, he put the equivalent of barrier blocks in Ticket Classic. Barrier blocks were only added in 1.8. No, he actually just claimed. He used his golden shovel powers, and he claimed around my base, like in a square around my base, so that I could not build anymore around my base. Now, of course, this was frustrating, but no one really cared. And if it were me today, I just wouldn't even build near spawn. That was a bad decision. I actually just took over someone's base. And that was actually after the first reset. I still have one screenshot of this server before the first reset, which was actually when I got my channel back underway, or when I was planning to. I made this like announcement video saying, oh hey guys, haven't made a video in like a million years. I don't really know why I haven't done this, but oh mom, what do you want? Oh, this is what I get for putting my channel back up. Yeah, it was freaking weird, and a bad start. But that was basically me announcing that I wanted to get my channel back up and running again, which I did. I did many live streams. All of them sucked ass, mainly because they had this echo, which was very, very, very prominent throughout each live stream, until I actually went back and decided to view my live streams to see how bad they actually were. And when I noticed there was an echo, also people told me there was an echo, but I didn't think there was. I was in denial. But yeah, so I fixed the echo, and my streams were a little less crappy than they used to be, but they were still not very good. I started building a lot of different Minecraft mod packs, and if you guys don't know, these mod packs are very hard to run, and I could barely run them on my iMac. Now this is before I started doing YouTube again. I would make these mod packs and abuse the hell out of my iMac with them. So, and that's why my iMac had 24 gigabytes of RAM instead of 8 that it came with, because it was a 2013 quad-core 27-inch iMac with the i5 and 8 gigs of RAM. So we decided to put 24 in so I could play mod packs more. That actually didn't help it go much faster. It just helped me load more mods to break it more. When I got into Tekkit, I realized that this iMac I had was not very good at even loading texture packs into Tekkit with mod support, which was annoying because this was a 2012 mod pack. I guess it was a 2013 iMac, so it kind of makes sense. This is 2016, and I was like, you know what? I really want to run this texture pack on this mod pack. What am I gonna do? I got a new computer. I got I got my dad to write me up a contract, which we never used because fuck that. And I agreed to it and everything. And he said, "Okay, I'll give you this new computer, the shiny new computer with the 1070 NVIDIA GTX 1070 8 gig and 16 gigs of RAM and an i7 6600K, no, an i5 6600K at first, and it was in an Enermax Ostrog case. Had like a blue lining and the black in the middle and Enermax in the middle. Maybe it was Ostrog actually in the middle top of the front plate. But yes, that was the first case I had. Then I upgraded, like in 2017 or 2018. I think it might have been in 2018 to an i7 7700K, which is when I was in the newer case. Still had everything else pretty much the same except for the case and the CPU. I also upgraded to Windows 10 from Windows 8.1. And so basically 2016 was the startup of the newer YouTube channel. 2017 was when it really kind of got underway. This is probably when I got the majority of my oldest subscribers ever on that channel, which mostly were either probably from Betalands or Tekkit Classic. TicketClassic.com actually became Andromeda-MC after a little bit before it became nothing and went down for good. The replacement for that Minecraft server was actually called Zodiac-MC, which pretty much superseded Andromeda-MC entirely. It was the one that replaced it. That didn't last for very. That lasted probably for a couple months longer than TicketClassic.com did, but yeah, I also joined that one. I didn't get a donor rank. I might have. I don't remember. And now the only really good Tekkit Classic server there is Complex. Okay, so back to the channel. I was doing all of these streams, and I was doing no uploaded content, basically. I think I did 2 uploaded videos during that time. 2017 and 2018. I met a lot of really cool people in 2017. Of course, SNK, who I called Sink or Sinky because I was really hyper. I met Stinky Pete. I met Masked, who is now known as Minkun, Renkun, or Renmini, or actually his Discord is Amari. So he's had even more names than I have. No, not really. He's had less names than I have for sure. So yeah, hey Masked, hope you're doing alright. We haven't talked in a while. So yes, I met him in 2017. He was really funny and awesome and liked a lot of the same things I did, including Minecraft. We actually met on Betalands, believe it or not. And he didn't think his stepdad would actually let him talk on Discord, which was the chatting client we use. But he did. He said yes, and I thought he was British. I don't know why. Don't ask. But yeah, we played Betalands. We played Betalands together. Yeah, we played Betalands together. We also played Andromeda-MC together before it went down. I don't think we played Zodiac together. That was later on. But we made a couple of videos on there. One of his notable ones was Tekkit Classic Funny Moments, which is kind of funny. And yeah, so I met him in 2017. I also met a guy who goes by the name of Zizo and his group of friends, which there was a lot of drama involved with. And to this day, Zizo does not speak to me anymore. I don't know why, but Yeah. So I don't know what he's up to or what his deal is, or if he's even alive. But Zizo, I hope you're okay. But the other dude that I met on Zizo's Discord, one of them was Luke, who I called Lukey because his Minecraft name was Lukey YT, and gaming_core, who later on would become a very shady fella and decided to sue me over a profile picture. If you want to see more about that, I tell the basic story down below in the description. Just click on the video and watch that. Yeah. So that happened in 2020, but I met them back in 2017. Now in 2017, pretty much near the end of it, I got this Discord profile icon, and I also got a new icon for YouTube and new art for YouTube as well. The art said Jaden Lemieux, because that was my channel name, and my channel icon and my Discord icon, which actually they still are now, for reasons I explained in that video, is basically a redstone icon, which is cool, with the with like a red outline and just kind of blackness around it. Pretty neat. I like it, and I've been using it ever since then. So that happened, and then in 2018, actually in 2017, I met another notable player in my online life called Skater, who actually at the time went by the name SkaterJazz92, or SkaterJoss92 as I called him. It's SK8ERJAS92. I found him really funny, and he was actually really, really shady, which kind of just made him more fun to hang out with. But that would cost me in the long run. I'm not going to go into it because he's actually in the process of changing that and of turning that around. So yeah, he's also in the army, does a bunch of other cool things, and yeah, he's still really funny too. And he now goes by the name Skater. He also has a YouTube channel. So yeah, I met all of them back in 2017. I met probably more people back then as well that I am not thinking of right now. Sorry if that's you. Can't think of everyone in one video. But I also upgraded my PC to a 7700K i7. And then, let's see, in 2018, I basically grew my channel more. I think I hit like 200 subs, and then and nothing really notable happened in 2018. Just a lot of drama with Skater and other people. Nothing really notable though. Then in 2019 was the last of the Squeaky Jaden boys. I was a squeaker for a very long time. I was also height 4'11" for a very long time. I was a squeaker until I was 16. I still kind of looked like a baby, and I did even more back then. I looked like a 9-year-old, and I sounded like a 9-year-old. And I got made fun of a lot for that. I became staff on Betalands in 2019. Betalands is a Minecraft beta server that has really gone downhill. Basically, it died off because it switched owners. And when it switched owners, there became a new staff member list, which meant we had a lot of new people to deal with, and someone named Spooned didn't do very well. I have a video about that too. If you want to find more about that, just search for The Fall of Betalands on YouTube. You'll find it. In 2019, I think I hit like 250 subs on that channel, and I would also try to edit. Now I say try because, well, I barely did, but I would try. I also started making actual videos instead of just live streams. I still did a lot of live streams though. That's what happens when you're a high school dropout at like 15 and you have nothing to do. But then in 2020, I would watch a lot more YouTube, but I would also, from 2019 to 2020, my headspace was not very good. I actually almost off myself in 2019, and I'm glad that I didn't. Those are not good times. So I don't really remember a crap ton from those moments, but I know that in 2020, things kind of started to turn around, even though I wasn't having the best of times, because an idiot was trying to sue me over a profile picture, and actually met someone else named Turtle Boy Gamer. He also has the YouTube channel, and he's a pretty cool guy. He's funny, and he's actually Vietnamese, which is pretty neat. And he had this Minecraft server called Turtle SMP, and we played on that, and then the drama happened after we had our good time. I achieved one of the best bow shots that I have so far in my life in that server, which is great. I couldn't even see him. He was out of render distance, and I still shot him and killed him. So that was funny. Let's see. I think I discovered Dream at kind of towards the end of 2020. I think I hit 300 subscribers in 2020, towards very end of 2020. And I made my first manhunt videos around that time as well. Also, you can actually go see all of these YouTube videos that I made. They're actually all up on an Internet Archive. If you go to archive.org and search for iRedMC, you'll likely find all of them. The entire archive. It's in parts. And just saying, it's 6 terabytes of stuff. Let's see, so in 2020, I upgraded my computer to we tried to upgrade it to an all AMD rig, an AMD Ryzen 7 3800X, 32 gigs of RAM, which I actually had before this. In 2018, I got 32 gigs of RAM in the i7 build as well. But so I had 32 gigs of RAM, 3800X, and a Radeon 5700 XT, which I felt was really slow compared to any other GPU that I tried. Which now shouldn't really be the case. But we tried 2 separate builds of that, and then we tried to go back to the teal deal, which of course blue and green, NVIDIA and Intel. So I got an i9 9900KF, F meaning without the iGPU, which saved about $50, and NVIDIA RTX 2070 Super, which I actually still have the 2070 Super in the same case. And still 32 gigs of RAM, except I have a newer motherboard, and I also now have an i7 12700K, which is freaking awesome. I have yet to have any problems with it, even on Windows 10. I hate Windows 11, by the way, just that thing sucks. But anyways, yeah, in 2021, I would try to make a lot more videos that I was kind of proud of. I can't remember much about the beginning, but towards the end of it, I would edit a lot of videos, and I'd be kind of lazy about it. I wouldn't really finish them. And Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro was giving me a lot of problems, and so I would just upload crap sometimes because it would just bug out and be stupid. and a lot of drama happened with a lot of my friends. Actually, in 2018, I met Wingold and Andre. Wingold is now known as Lil Quickie Jr. Well, he does a lot of Twitch stuff. He doesn't really do much YouTube. In fact, he just deleted his channel with like over 600 subs. But yeah, go sub to his new channel. I think it's Lil Quickie Jr. And yeah, so John, that's John, by the way. John and Andre, met them back in 2018. Andre's freaking hilarious. He's super random too, and John is also pretty funny. In 2020, I also did a speedrunner versus hunter video with Atomic Q-Bomb, who you may have heard of for multitude of reasons. And I did a speedrunner versus hunter video with him. But I also did a collab with him. It was just an audio clip, but basically I was in his Hypixel, like explaining Hypixel, like how expensive are their servers kind of video. And yeah, let's see. Then in 2021, I hit like 400 and I was about to hit 450 subs. I hit 400, and I was doing my editing videos. I was cranking them out, and I was doing very well up until the iRedMC channel, which was actually the Jaden Lemieux channel. I changed it to IJR Gaming and then to iRedMC shortly after that. And iRedMC seemed a bit better of a name than IJR Gaming, so I kind of stuck with that until late 2021. I was on my TV, a TV like this one, but in my old office. This is my new office. I was watching YouTube on the TV, sent it into my iRedMC account, and I got randomly signed out, and I didn't know why. And I spent the next 4 hours trying to find out how to sign back in, and it took me another couple hours to figure out that my channel was actually gone, and then it took me the entire rest of the night, because this was at like 2 in the freaking morning, to figure out why. And it was terminated because of nudity and sexual content. What the hell? And I now know why that is. It's because at the time I was in a text chat with some friends, and some drama was going on, so I was making videos about it. Now, one of them liked to send inappropriate crap in the chat, and that dude posted a meme. I don't even know. It wasn't really me. It was a GIF of something very, very, very nasty that you would do in the bedroom. Not that you're thinking of, but something worse, something way worse. That's just natural. And yeah, and I didn't check my video. So because of that one mistake, I got shoosted out of YouTube, and it took me a while to get the courage to actually start again. And this is actually my my old second channel that I had at the time, which had one video on it that had like 600 views. I think it has around 850 now, but at the time it had around 600. And I was like, okay, that's not too bad of a start. I also had this other channel, which was a little bit newer. It was called Demonetized. It was actually called Demonetized. Demon was capitalized and demonetized. Because Doom music, you know. Bad joke. But anyway, that was the channel name. But it is now Demonized Soundtracks. That also had a video that had around 1,000 views at the time. I think it has around 2,000 now. But I was actually starting to get some momentum on that iRedMC account before it got deleted. I had a video get 113,000 views. I had another video which is entirely my content from scratch, got 11,000 views. Had another video get 6,000. I was moving up in the world, but because YouTube decided to be stiff, I was out the door. So yes, that is basically where I came from, and I am now 19, and I'm gonna make the best of it. So let's do so. I am iRed Redux because my name was iRed MC, and I changed it to iRed Redux because it just rolls right off the tongue. And I'll see you all in the next live stream, video, or short. Whatever that may be, thanks for watching, guys, and ensue the painful editing of this video. And thank you for 100 subscribers another time. Thank you all, and see ya.